So my bad, my computer actually some reason it ended the last video I was doing. So I'm starting back up right here. Right. So the union thought that was absurd and asked us to design a document to fix that problem. This is a super simple place to store all of your things, and they'll make sure that your final arrangements can be taken care of as easily as possible. I'm going to walk you through this and hit just a few important points. If you have any questions, interrupt me and ask right away because this is important. You'll be filling this out on your own time, okay? Vital statistics. The first section here is vital statistics, which is just a fancy way to say basic information. This is the info that is required to get a death certificate. So your family is going to need this as soon as you pass away. All right. So the next section is veterans information. Are you a veteran? No? Oh, okay, okay, cool. Um, okay, well we can skip that part, cross it out when you get your copy. Okay. The spouse section is self-explanatory. All right. This person needs to be notified. This section is persons to be notified. The idea here is that if you were sick or hospitalized or incapacitated, that if you had already passed away, this is where you're going to list the people you want informed. Does that make sense? All right. All right, right. This is the place to give details about your last will and testament if you have one. You can tell your family where to find it because if they can't find it, obviously that doesn't do anybody any good. And we actually offer free will and testament to all members. So if you need one, we can get that to you later. Also, guys, I just took some NyQuil, so my words are slurring a little bit, but I want to go ahead and get this done. I promise you my energy be better, and I'm gonna read over the script a couple more times before I actually, of course, do a presentation. But yeah, I'm feeling the NyQuil, and like I said, I'm a little sick on the weather, a little throat ache, but I'm gonna get through this. Um, but I just want you to, keep that in mind. All right, just yell at me when we get there, okay? So this section is estate information, which is all about your life insurance. Insurance usually is one of the first topics of conversation when somebody dies, and is a huge problem with life insurance policies. This goes unclaimed all the time because family members either don't know it exists or they don't know what the company is taking out with, right? Okay, so simply don't know how to claim it, or they simply don't know how to claim it. So this is the place to jot down any policies that you or your family so that you and your family can claim your money more easily. Okay. Um, okay. You you have a bank account, I assume, right? Okay. All right, cool, perfect. This section is a place to list your bank accounts to your family so your family can easily find them after you pass. Just remember that when you pass away, nobody will be able to access those funds without providing a death certificate as proof of death. So don't make any plans for that money too soon because you can't rely on it to be released right away. That makes sense? Okay, perfect. Okay, the next section is a safety deposit box. Not too many people have them these days, but there's no room to put that kind of info right here. All right. So the last part is the funeral request service. Stephen, have you maybe kind of thought about what type of funeral you want to have? Do you know if you want to be cremated or do you want a earth burial? Okay, cool. You want a burial? All right, perfect. Okay, have you ever had to arrange a funeral or pay for one? Okay, okay, okay. 10,000 tell your own story. All right, yeah. Well, actually, when my father passed, he was actually cremated. That saved the family a lot of money, so that way we were able to, as the beneficiaries, me and all my siblings were able to actually, enjoy his life insurance money and actually get a little money back. So that it took care of us for a long time. I still have some of my father's death benefits, so I thank God that we had life insurance at the time of his passing. Um, so I definitely feel you, but this is also a good thing. I'm sure he would have rather had a burial, but we end up just cremating him because I think that's just what the money allotted at the time. But that's why it's important to get on these things early so that we can, fully be prepared for that time, because his time was a little early, unexpected. So now, Stephen, to the point of this election is to make sure that the people you care about don't need to make the tough decisions in your final arrangements. But a huge mistake we see all the time is that members don't spend the time to assign the correct people to handle those financial and final arrangements. So, part of my job is to help you think it through. Stephen, when you pass away, do you think who do you think will be handling your final arrangements? We should have a list of three people. Who will be first on that list, Stephen? Okay, cool. Let's start with the first one. Um, more do you need all three? Um, let's see. Let's go through a little bit of these. Let's say he says, "Do you need all three?" Um, you should have at least three. Yes, the whole point of the entire program is to make things easier on the people you care about. So the more people we have, the more easier it will be to get into contact with somebody so that we can move forward correctly. Right? All right. So what was the first name? All right, cool. Let's go with John Adams. All right, perfect relation. Oh, that's your brother. All right, cool, cool. Okay, who else? Um, why do you need that information? I don't need anything. It's my job to walk you through the whole process and help you make your plan, right? So who who would be the people taking care of these things? Okay, okay, okay. Well, I'll give you another name. All right, cool. So what was that name? Okay. Mary John. All right, all right. Oh man, let's go with Mary Adams. Okay. And that's your sister? Okay, perfect. Sister. Okay, and we just need one more. All right. I don't know anymore. Well, let's think this through. Who was the last person that you called? Whoever that is obviously cares about you enough to give you a call, right? So let's put them down. Okay. First name, um, uh, let's go, Tom. So Tom, um, Kamara. All right, cool. Tom, Tom Kamara. All right. All right, and that is your brother as well. Or let's go cousin. Cousin. All right. I noticed you mentioned okay. So let's go. Yes. I noticed you mentioned three family members. We recommend to diversify and going outside the family because the day you pass away will be one of the worst periods of your family's life. So it's best to have some outside support, including in these plans, just in case to pick up the slack if needed, right? Because everybody's, I'm pretty sure they're gonna miss you, so they're gonna be grieving. It's gonna be a hard time for the family. So, you know, do you have any friends or associates that you would like to put on here? Who's the person that would step in to help? So let's go blonde, Yankee, relation, front. Okay, okay, good. Now, are all of these people local? Are they close by? Yes. Okay, great. So you need to let me know. You need to let them know what you have planned, and you'll be relying on them to take care of you in your arrangements, okay? All right, nice. So we're gonna go into the click will click. All right, so let's go. So we're gonna go into the discount card. Okay, cool. Your next benefit is awesome. It's called the Family Health Service Discount Program. This program, I just want to make sure I'm still recording. This program helps to lower your out-of-pocket medical expenses. It won't affect your existing health coverage in any way. And it will give everyone in your household up to 85% discount on all kinds of things. Prescriptions, vision, hearing, chiropractic services, MRIs, and CT scans. Right? So it's plenty of benefits within this. Um, it even has full built-in dental plan. It is used on Humana Dental Network. If you were to go out of if you were to go out and buy that dental plan itself, it costs you anywhere between $50 to $75 each month. So that's pretty cool, right? Let's see. Let's go with I know we can't do anybody on Medicare. Okay, let's go with the I already have health insurance option. So, okay, good. Most people have it through work, but they lose it when they change jobs. So this still helps prevent that from you needing any to pay from you needing to pay any crazy premiums for Cobra, right? And even if you have private insurance, this includes Humana Dental Network, so you can save up to $50 a month on your dental plan. Yes, ma'am. Perfect. So, yes, sir. Perfect. So, this discount program is an app from your phone. So, it lets you set it up right now so you can start saving money. Cool. So, that's my benefit sign up form. Pretty self-explanatory there. Um, so boom, I guess I'm sending this right over to that to my client. All right, perfect, perfect, perfect. Uh-oh. Where did my right, perfect. So, all right, were you able to fill it out pretty well? Okay, perfect. Okay, okay, perfect, perfect. So you're going to receive an email within 24 to 72 hours. That email is going to have a personal member and a group ID that you'll need to enter into the app. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. All right. Oh, you say you need a child safety kit? Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. So with the child safety kit, yes, sir. So the last benefit is one of our most popular ones. It's called the Child Safety Kit. I notice you don't have a child, you don't have children, but Globe Life is partnered with the International Union of Police, right? So they asked us to get this in the hands of every parent we can. Here's a quick message from Sam Cabral, president of the International Union of Police. Okay, play the video. Okay, okay, okay. So almost about 500,000 children go missing every year, and statistics say that if we don't have children within the first 24 hours, they'll probably never find them, which is sad and heartbreaking. So this kit gives parents the ability to immediately provide all the information to the police that they need to find the child before an official Amber Alert is issued. This is really important because speed is everything in situations like this. Obviously, these kits are awesome, and it's important that every parent has one, right? Okay. So now let's get your kit set up. Okay. There are two pieces to this. The first one is an app that allows us to get the children's information out to people that'll be looking for them as quickly as possible. The second is a hard copy that makes sure you'll be able to keep a strand of hair for DNA, if that makes sense. All right. So we're going to set that up in your app now. Is that okay? Okay, perfect. The first things first, go to your app store on your phone and search Child Safety Kit. There are a few different child safety kits out there. I need you to get the one with the red diamond and teal background. Let me know when it's finished downloading. Okay, perfect. So go ahead and open that up and create your account. You'll get to a point where you'll need to confirm a four-digit code sent by text. Let me know when you're done confirming. Okay, click activate now and then click yes. A QR code activation will pop up. Go ahead and scan this. Here you go. There's the QR code right here. Now you're ready to start building the kids' profiles, but we're not going to do that right now. Once you build out the kid's profile, a big yellow button is how you'll share that your child is missing with the authorities. You don't want to click that unless your child is actually missing. That button is basically like calling 911. Okay. So, and it'll instantly share your child's missing information with every police officer in a 6 mile radius of your home. Does that make sense? Okay, awesome. Now the next step is for me to send you a physical child safety card so you can attach a DNA sample, um, and have it ready to go for the police in the event that your child ever goes missing. Okay? Okay, so Steven, since we work exclusively with the union members carpenters, access to lets you sponsor your family and friends with a no cost accidental life insurance policy. They also get to pick through all of our other benefits, kind of like a buffet, you know. It doesn't cost you anything and it doesn't cost them anything. Each certificate is worth over $2,000 of accidental death benefit. That means you're giving away a total of $20,000 of free life insurance. Always recommend to I always recommend it to most important to you first. So let's start with your beneficiaries. Once again, guys, I'm sorry I'm slurring. I took some NyQuil, but I want to soldier this through. Okay. First off, we have LaDonna. LaDonna's phone number is okay. Let's go through. What do I want to tell them first? Okay. Yep, I was going to go to that next. I'm going to ask you to let them know about me before I reach out, then click back, then check back with you to confirm that you did. After that, I'll reach out to them by text. So I'll take their info now and then I'll get with you to make sure tomorrow or the day after. So what's his or her phone number? All right. Phone. Okay, that's already populated. All right, referral two. Now, now we have LaDonna's phone number is correct. All right, and what's the next member? Okay, Quintus Maddox, and that number is 770-674-8141. Okay, perfect. All right, and who else? Um, okay, cool. So Q, Crystallized Vision. Okay, perfect. And his number is 770-873-4766. All right, perfect. So who else do you have? Okay, cool. Angela, Angela Kamara. All right. Sister. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And that is 862-930-6124. All right, perfect. Add another referral from the FIG. Let's go John Adams. Let's bring John Adams in here. What's John Adams' phone number? All right, 555-666-7777. Okay, perfect, perfect. Got another referral from the FIG. Tom Camara. All right, and that's your cousin. Okay, perfect. So what's the number? 666-778-889999. Okay, perfect. All right. You got another one from the Fig? Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, let's go with Mary Adams. All right, perfect. And that's your sister. Okay, fine, 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 fine. So it's 333, 333, 3333. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, add another referral. Okay, you got another referral for us? Perfect. All right. T, what's the last name? M. All right, perfect. And the phone number is what again? 222-444. Okay. 444. Okay. And 2222. All right, perfect. All right. And we need one more to get to that $20,000 max. You sure you have anybody else? Oh yeah, we have one more from the Fig, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah, we can go ahead and add Kablon Yankee to it. Perfect. All right, and what's his number? 777-666. All right, 1111. Okay, perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, all right. So perfect. Thank you so much for that. That really helps us out a lot, and it also makes sure that you're covered in every way, if any emergency ever comes up for you, right? Okay. So Steven, you know when so Steven, you know when you get a bunch of stuff in the mail and you end up throwing most of it away because it doesn't look all that exciting, right? Okay. So what we found in your local is that about 60% of members don't fill out their union cards because they just don't see it in the mail. Sometimes they don't open it, but they just don't know what it is, you know? And that makes sense because most of you don't go to the meetings, right? Mm. So, to help with that, the union is asking that 40% that you did open. w- So, sorry guys, that NyQuil's on me. So to help that, the union is asking that 40% of the 40% that you did open your mail and fill out your card to use the buddy system and make sure that your closest friends in the union are accounted for those benefits. With their names, we can cross reference to see if they will be able to fill out cards for their benefits as well. And if they didn't, we make sure that we get them the benefits. We get them the benefits. So, Steven, who are you the closest to in the union? Okay, cool. So you're closest to CC Tom Thomas. Okay. US. Okay. OS. Okay. Thomas. All right, cool. And your relation? Best friend? All right, cool. That's pretty awesome. All right. And what's that phone number? Okay, you said 222-000-0000. Okay, nice. All right, and you have nobody else? Okay, that's fine. We got 11, so we're doing great. All right, now Steven, I love my job 99% of the time. The 1% of the time I don't like my job is when I go to reach out to somebody or someone and they have no idea who I am. By sponsoring them, you are waiving the cost of the benefits package. So, this is really important that you let everyone know who I am before I get off this call. I'm going to ask you to reach out to them, to reach out to each one of them so that there is no surprises. But I'll remind you about this in a little bit. Is there something you can is that something you can do for me? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. So before I go over the permanent benefits, they just asked us to show this letter to explain the qualification process. Stephen, this is basically saying that if you like the benefits and feel that they'll help protect your family, we'll try to qualify you for a plan today. So if you don't like them, then don't try to qualify. Either way, yes or no is your enrollment period. So that decision needs to be made today in all fairness to all of the other members waiting to qualify for these benefits. We just don't have time to do all the back and forth stuff. The good thing about these benefits is that they're a no-brainer and you'll know if they make sense to you one way or the other. Can you agree on that? Okay. Okay, great. And like I said before, you have to qualify just to be clear. All right, let's see if you can get pre-qualified. I'm just going to ask a few questions. Steven, what's your date of birth? Okay. 10/08 1985. All right. Has anyone had cancer in the last 2 years? Okay, no. Does anybody have diabetes? Who has diabetes? Okay. Anyone, any heart attacks? Who has had a heart attack? Okay, cool. Any strokes? Has anyone been hospitalized overnight in the last year? Okay. Does anybody take medication? Okay. Who takes medication? And finally, has anyone used any form of nicotine in the last 12 months? I think right here I need to pull up this. I'm going to do this on the other page, guys. So I guess I need to fill out this information really quick. So let me fill that out. Or just because it's asking similar questions. Okay. And then let me make sure I get the day right. 1985. Okay. State. We're in GA. All right. He's single. Lead tracking on group name. Carpenters.
Your union has entered into an agreement with our company, American Income. At AIL, giving back.
Okay. So I guess I was supposed to put it in here too. Um, so let's do one. Two. Oops. Oh, so number 33, 33, 33. Brother. All right. That address is 45 Piedmont Circle. GA. Okay, okay, perfect. Referred by Q. Most referred by Stephen. I'm gonna put my number in there. GA. There we go. Discount card.
One, two.
Due to the value
I gotta fill a lot of stuff out again, I guess. I guess I was supposed to do it simultaneously. I wasn't aware.
Since birth,
Okay. Yeah, so this is supposed to be simultaneous, so we'll have both of these up at the same time. All right, so y'all know I got most of this information already on the other sheet. So, email address, yeah, all right, cool, perfect. And what was that phone number? All right, 777-888-7777. All right, cool, perfect. What was that address? 34 P Circle, Covington, GA. All right, all right. City, Covington. Okay. Internal cancer in the past 2 years. Don't have any of that. All right. So what's you and your spouse's current take home? What's you and your spouse monthly take home pay? Right, you and your spouse monthly take home pay. Because since it's only you, it's gonna be what say 4,000. All right, cool. How much insurance do you currently have through work? All right, you said 150,000. What 100,000? Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Do you have any insurance outside of work? Okay, you got a term, 10-year term. All right, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Any outstanding debt? No outstanding debt. Okay, perfect. Do you currently rent or own? Rent. All right. All right.
an accident can happen to
All right. As you can see right here, your A71 primary is $500. Accidental recuperation benefit rider primary is $400. Um, the benefit amount is $500 a day for 365 days in the event of an accident. Extensive care is um extensive care is 500 a day plus 14 for 14 days after accident. Emergency accident is up to 250K, $50, you know, per accident. All right, and when you go through the accidental death or loss of both feet, both hands, loss of one hand, one foot, or loss of sight in both eyes, you get $50,000 as a principal sum. You get $100,000 and a driver and passenger if automobile accident. $250,000 if passenger in common carrier. All right. Loss of one foot and one hand or loss of sight in one eye, you get $25,000 as a principal sum. You get $50,000 as a driver, passenger in automobile accident, and 125,000 if passenger in the common carrier. All right.
Saying goodbye to a
So for your whole life coverage, we recommend about $30,000. Okay. And the total premium will be you'll be looking at probably about $80 a month. All right. All right. So now we're getting into our super combo. Hey, perfect, perfect, perfect. So we got Kamara Steven, date of birth. Um, this is the adults, and you don't smoke nicotine. Okay, perfect. And what's your height? Okay, cool. About 6 foot, 6'1". Okay, tall guy. Then and what's your weight? Okay, 225. All right, all right, all right. And you say you don't smoke nicotine? All right, and what's that social security number? 254446565. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, and what's that driver's license number? All right, so that driver's license number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, perfect. In the state of GA. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. And then your occupation, personal duties. Okay, you're a student. Okay, perfect. All right. So, Stephen, most people have some type of plan in place to protect their families already, whether it be a policy through work or something privately owned. But the problem is that most of those people don't have any rhyme or reason for what they have. Um, and their plan is in no way customized to their specific needs. So, to help us develop a permanent benefit plan that's for you specifically, we have a needs analysis that uses your income, living situation, and any benefits you already have to build out some of the best plans for you and your specific needs. Does that make sense? Okay, great, Stephen. So this is a conservative estimate of your monthly income after tax and benefits. So you said about 4,000. Okay, okay, that's pretty good. Now let's have a look at the coverage you already have. So, Stephen, as I mentioned earlier, most people have some sort of life insurance through work that is temporarily only active for as long as they're working, or meaning if you ever quit or get fired or retire, like everyone plans to eventually, you'll lose coverage. Does that make sense? Okay. Our plans are still going to take insurance into account though. So, do you have any life insurance through work? Yes. Okay. How much coverage do you currently have? Okay, 100,000. It's pretty good. Do you have any private life insurance that you own? Okay, no. Okay, cool. No problem. You not only qualify, no problem. Do you not qualify for anything? No, it was budgeting issues. Okay, I understand. The good news is that the carpenters make sure that we have an option for all kinds of budgets. So we'll see what the needs analysis recommends for you, and we'll find a plan that works for you today. Okay? Do you own a house? No. You rent? Okay, cool. And last question, do you have a checkings account? Yes? Okay, cool. So, Stephen, all of our union members and associate members genuinely have similar concerns. And like I mentioned earlier, it's the Labor Advisory Board job to help solve those. They've narrowed down all of them into four main issues: no permanent benefits. Most people have workplace benefits, but as soon as we retire, change jobs, or lose our jobs, or we lose those benefits, we already talked about earlier, funeral and final expenses. Since benefits expire at retirement, people pass away, and the life insurance they had at work isn't there to pay for their final expenses. This is a problem because families almost never have enough money on hand to pay for them. And even when they do, it's financially catastrophic and hurts them in the future. That that's not what the family should spend their money on. Loss of income. If the household is the breadwinner, if the household breadwinner were to suddenly pass away, the spouse loses the entire paycheck. Insurability and affordability. Members need access to easy benefits that we need to easily qualify, and the benefits needed to be affordable and high quality. You've heard that phrase, Howard Power program, right? Okay, so if you were to go into a financial advisor, they will tell you to put in 4 to 6 hours of your wages each week to decide to protect your family and yourself. Financial future in your financial future. This works out to be between 10 to 15%. Now the Labor Advisory Board wants to keep it lower than 4 to 6 hours each week. The Hour Power program is an old union principle that advises members to take just 1 or 2 hours of their wages each week to protect their families. And obviously, 1 or 2 hours each week is not very much. That wouldn't prevent anyone from paying any bills, right? Very good sales point. Um, and if you were to put one 1 hour each week to the side to protect your family and your lifestyle wouldn't change, right? Right. So that means it's affordable. Does that make sense? Now, Stephen, my job is to show you what an hour or two per week can do to protect your family financially. Does that make sense? Okay, great. Stephen, the first issue they're concerned about is your funeral and final expenses. All right. This is the current cost of your funeral, but we need to take into account inflation. So here it is. So, Stephen, your final expenses based on your current age and life expectancy will be roughly $54,000. So, who will be taking care of those final expenses when you die? My life insurance. Okay, but remember, your insurance isn't going to pay out in time. On average, it'll take about 4 to 6 months to pay out. Your family will be coming out of pocket tens of thousands of dollars to pay for it because the mortuary needs payment at the time of service. Obviously, nobody in the family wants to pay that, and it's definitely not what's best for them, right? Right. Because pulling $54,000 out of a bank account or put it on a credit card, it is really a big hole that will hurt them before the insurance pays out. And obviously, family is important. So it's our job to protect them from that. Not having something in place should be a huge setback for you and your family, right? Right. So to make sure that your family never needs to worry about any of this, we have the Freedom of Choice certificate. The Freedom of Choice is like a blank check for the funeral home right after you pass away. When you die, all of your beneficiary needs to do is choose arrangement, settle on a price, and hand the certificate to a mutuary director. From there, American Income handles the rest and wires the money within a few days. It's pretty cool, right? Right. The freedom of choice is helpful for a few reasons. Number one, the first question to a mortuary asks when somebody walks in the door is how much life insurance did they have? Now, if someone says they have $30,000 in life insurance, go ahead and take a wild guess at how much they'll say the funeral will cost. Yep, exactly. The freedom of choice keep the policy value a secret. So we get so we that's valid. Yep, exactly. The freedom of choice will get the policy value a secret. So we get the true cost of funeral arrangements instead of inflated price. Because remember, a funeral home is a business too. They're trying to bring in as much money as possible. Does that make sense? Okay, number two, freedom of choice will take care of your entire financial side of the funeral. Your loved ones will never be burdened by the needs of finance a funeral, and they'll never need to come out of pocket for what or come out of pocket or wait for another insurance policy to pay out. And number three, the day you die is going to be one of the worst periods of time in your family's life. Making this process simple helps to remove the stress when stress and some of the emotional burden as well. No negotiations, no upselling, no funeral homes. The people you care about won't need to deal with any of that. Does that make sense? Now, if there's any money left over after your final expenses are paid for, your family will receive a check in that amount. They can use that money for whatever they want. Okay? So, Stephen, obviously having the freedom of choice will make sure you don't you don't cost your family $54,000 is important. How would it help your family? Right. So, Stephen, Carpenters has three plans for you to choose from. So we're going to go through each one. Now remember, if you like those benefits, Carpenters asks that you try them today. If you don't like them, then don't try to qualify, okay? I guess I need to fill this out, so I'm finna fill this out really quick before I get too far ahead of myself. Contingent beneficiary. We don't have a contingent beneficiary. Said don't put that. Always put the premium loan provision on there. So it's gonna be a whole life. Face value 30,000. Don't have a shower rider on there. So let's finish going through this. All right, okay. The first plan I'm showing you is a premium plan, the platinum plan. That's all the bells and whistles you can fit within that two within that 2 hours per week income recommendation set by the Labor Advisory Board. This plan you don't necessarily need, but about 20% of our members select this plan because they want the best of the best. Platinum, accidental injury. On the left, we have accidental injury insurance. Now, the reason it's first is because this is the most claimed policy we have. So, statistically, you're going to use it at some point in your life. If you have an accident, you'll find yourself in the hospital. You'll pay about $500 for every day you're in the hospital. If it's a bad accident, then you're in the ICU, you'll pay about $1,000 every day. You can use this money to help with medical bills or even bills at home. Now, and let's say something small happens. For example, you accidentally kick the coffee table, break your toe, and you head to the emergency room. It'll pay $250. You can use any of this money to help with medical bills or even the bills at the home. Um, so your platinum accidental death A71. Now, if you pass away due to accident or you lose two limbs while you're using your license at Common Center, okay, I read over this earlier, but I'll read it again. You know, you're losing a licensed common carrier like a plane, bus, or ferry. Your family will receive $250,000. If you're a driver or a passenger in a car accident, and your family will receive $100,000. And for any other accident cause, your family will receive $50,000. If you lose one limb, it'll pay half of these amounts on your screen. Okay, your platinum accidental death, ADB. Next, we have something called accidental death benefit. Carpenters want all members to have it because it's a no cost effective for such a large sum of money to leave behind for a family. It's really simple. It'll pay your family $200,000 if you pass away due to an accident. Most people like to use accidental death insurance as a way to transfer wealth or to pay off a large asset because it's so affordable and you can get a lot out of it. That all makes sense? Okay. Platinum final expense. And then we have freedom of choice. This is what you'll pay in full expense right away to make your funeral as easy as possible for you and your family. You remember that, right? Good, Stephen. The $54,000 amount that you see on the plan is inflation adjusted. Okay, so I just did that earlier. Well, let's do it again. The amount you see on the plan is inflation adjusted, the amount based on your age, but you will need to guarantee that your burial you prefer will be paid for no matter what. Okay, so let's do a quick recap, Stephen. This pays your family a grand total of $54,000 if you go to bed tonight and don't wake up tomorrow. And if you pass away by accident, it'll pay a minimum of $304,000. That makes sense? Great. Now, the platinum plan is out of your budget. That's completely all right. That's why we have the gold plan. Most of our members love the gold plan because it's more affordable, but still takes care of the important issues that we've been talking about. The gold accidental death A71. This plan removes your accidental injury and accidental death and dismemberment. Stephen, this is a plan we removed from your accidental death benefit. And the gold plan is going to take your final expense coverage down to $52,000 and $500 for you, Stephen. Now, this is less than the amount you need to guarantee your funeral is covered, but it's a huge step in the right direction. Does that make sense? Okay, so another quick recap. So, Stephen, if you die of natural causes, the gold plan pays out $52,000. And if you pass away by accident, it'll pay a minimum of $52,000, $500. Now, let's say that both of those plans are out of the budget. That's still okay. We have the silver plan. The silver plan is going to reduce your final expense coverage again to $40,000, $40,500 for you, Stephen. Think of this as a foot in the door final expense. Once you're a policy holder with us, you can always come back for more later. Does that make sense? Okay, great. The premiums the premiums for each plan is on the left. The platinum plan comes out to $30 per week. The gold plan comes out to $23 per week. The silver plan comes out to $18 per week. Additional features now, Stephen. These plans don't just pay out when you die, they actually come with benefits you can use while you're still living as well. That's called cash value. So, over time, your final expense policy builds what we call cash value. The longer you pay into it, the more it grows. You can think of this as rainy day fund that you can access anytime you like, or a bank account that you can loan to yourself and use however you like. Does that make sense? Paid up option. Okay, good. The next perk in this plan is what we call the paid up option. Let's say you carry your life insurance all the way until retirement. What generally happens when people retire, their income is reduced, right? Right. When this happens, people look to ways to reduce their bills, so we give them a chance to do that. The paid up option lets you stop paying for your final expense policy while still keeping the policy alive, but just a slightly reduced amount. And you can use this as options whenever you like. Does that make sense? Layoff waiver. Awesome. Next is a layoff waiver. Let's say you're laid off next year out of nowhere and your income takes a big hit like that. It may be tough to pay the bills, right? Exactly. The layoff waiver allows you to stop paying your insurance premiums for up to 3 months while you're looking for work. That way, you can focus on your other bills and not worry about paying for your life insurance. And you never need to pay those missed premiums back. Next, we have something called special for our union members. It's called a strike waiver. If Carpenters goes on a strike for any reason, you don't need to pay for your insurance for up to an entire year. And again, you'll never have to pay back. Right. So when that happens, people look for ways to reduce their bills. So we give them a chance. The pay it up option lets you stop paying for your final expense policy while you keep the policy active, just by slightly reduced amount. You can use this option whenever you like. Does that make sense? Okay, awesome. The laid up waiver says if you're laid off in the next year out of nowhere, your income takes a big hit, just like that. It may be tough to pay bills, right? Exactly. The layoff waivers allows you to stop paying your insurance premiums for up to 3 months while you're looking for work. That way you can focus on other bills and not have to worry about paying for your life insurance, and you never need to pay those missing premiums back. Next, we have a special for our union members. It's called a strike waiver. If carpenters ever go on strike for any reasons, you don't need to pay for your insurance for an entire year. You'll gain back. You'll never have to pay those missed premiums either. Terminal illness rider. When we have the terminal illness rider, you declare terminally ill with less than 12 months to live, we'll pay out half of your policy value immediately. You can use that money for at least one vacation to pay medical bills or whatever you want. And the other half is paid out when you pass away. Does that make sense? Okay, and last is the waiver of premium. If you are declared physically or mentally disabled, you can no longer do your current job at work. You never have to pay for your insurance again. The real people's words, that means if you ever get hurt and can't work, you don't have to pay anything. You and you never have to pay those missed premiums payments back. The waiver of premium is everyone's favorite. Pretty cool, right? Okay, now Stephen, you have three custom plans in front of you, and all three are under the 2 or so hours per week budget. So they're affordable, like we talked about earlier. All three plans will work really well to protect you and your family. The Platinum plan, of which guarantees your family a total of $54,000 for death and natural causes, or a total of $304,000 if death is due to an accident. This plan costs roughly the same as getting Uber Eats, like once a week. Um, the Gold plan, $52,000 guaranteed for natural causes, and a total of 52,000 of death is due to an accident. This plan costs roughly the same as getting Starbucks coffee 3 times per week. The Silver plan is $40,000 for natural causes, and the Silver plan costs roughly the same as getting a plate of chicken Alfredo at Olive Garden once per week before the tip. Remember, most of our members prefer the gold plan, but it really doesn't matter which one you choose. Which plan works best for you today? Platinum, gold, or silver? All right, perfect. So you want the gold plan. I love it. I love it. And we're going to show you the premium by the month for the week. 871 amount. Go 500. Primary. False plans. Yes. Yes. Okay, great. Really quick before I let you go, I told you earlier that I absolutely love my job, but I really don't like when I reach. Okay, sure I did that. Awesome. First, save my number if you haven't already. That way, if you ever need anything, you know how to reach me. Um, would you do that really quick? Great. Okay. Second, shoot me a text message. Shoot a text message to each of those beneficiaries you listed. We run this really cool program where you go in and show them how to collect the money when something happens to you. That way you don't have to. So I like to take a quick photo of us right here on Zoom call. Most people prefer to text when booking appointments with me, and a picture of us together is always a good icebreaker. Is that okay? Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to put it in a text with us so that we can get to work together to make sure that this gets handled nice and quick. Let's start. Right, all right, all right, all right. All right, guys, thank you. And that's it for today. Um, I'm guessing I'm gonna go ahead and fill this part out too, just in case you wanted me to go ahead and do this. We're gonna do City Covington State GA account number and what the routing number. I got. Shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 9 digits. Cool. Account type, checkings, signature. Let's go validate. Yeah, we're gonna go 871. No. Oh my God. Oh, and withdrawal date is going to be on the 24th. 24th. What? Why? That's so weird. I don't think I remember that. I don't remember the other guy doing that on tutorial. Gotta put my name so I can get my money, huh? Email address. Let's go in name. No, I got one. What's the back side? So I guess right here I need to put in the real routing number. So I'm gonna put in GA's routing number. Like I said in the video, I can just Google it. So it's gonna be 0, 6, 1, 1, 0, 1, 3, tab 0. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, no errors on this form, baby. I know I gotta go through these and sign everything. So basically go through here, sign everything. Hey, oh, I got advice on that one. Right here. Yeah, I know. writing it like that is crazy. I don't understand. No. Voice. Someone to count on in the world for changes. Oh, right. This is the last form right here coming up. We're almost done, Mr. Kamara. Put my signature right on there. All right. So you see your monthly premium plan right here. Uh, with the A77. It's your accidental policy, $10. So premium total per month will be right at $80. Not bad at all. All right, so the application has been sent to you. We're done. Thank you very much. And I'll see you later, Mr. Kamara. Have a wonderful day. Be blessed, and you'll hear from me soon.